Klaud is the best character in Star Wars. Now, this is not just an opinion. Klaud is objectively the best character in the entire franchise. And I'm not saying this because Klaud is my best friend, even though he is. Yes, Klaud is my boy, but I am being totally unbiased when I say that Klaud is the best character in the franchise. But why? What makes Klaud so compelling? How did the Rise of Skywalker give us one of the most compelling character arcs in all of cinema? First, let's look into Klaud and who he is. Klaud was a Trodatome male mechanic who worked during the war between the First Order and the Resistance. Hapless and helpful, Klaud was brought into the Resistance, where he assisted with their mechanical needs. Klaud accompanied Poe Dameron, Finn, Chewbacca, and R2-D2 on a mission to the Cinta Glacier colony. Believed to originally be a parts pickup, the mission's true purpose was hidden by the informant Bulio, who had First Order intelligence to deliver to the Resistance. The Millennium Falcon came under attack from TIE fighters and TIE Whisperers shortly after the handover, and Klaud was overwhelmed by the chase. Piloting the Falcon, Poe Dameron eventually managed to escape the First Order, returning with the intelligence to the Resistance base on Ajan Kloss. Even though Klauds' backstory is brief, let's put into perspective what he just did. Klaud is not only a mechanic, but also an engineer. For those of you who went to school for some STEM-related major, you guys know how hard it is to get one of those degrees. And you guys especially know how hard it is to get an engineering degree. Not many people make it through engineering school, but Klaud did. But simply making it through engineering school isn't what makes Klaud special. A small detail that not many people will notice is that Klaud has no arms. Klaud not only got a master's in engineering, but he did so with no arms. The simple obstacle of overcoming this disability is so inspiring. George Lucas created Star Wars to inspire children to do the right thing. Lucas instilled the values of love, kindness, friendship, and hope into this franchise. The story of Klaud teaches us to never give up and that any obstacle can be overcome. Keep in mind, as a rather ugly fellow, he was definitely bullied in school. Trodatomes are not a common species in Star Wars, and he must have faced rather extreme prejudice and racism while in school. But none of that fazed Klaud. It didn't matter that he had no arms. It didn't matter that there were no other Trodatomes in his university. It didn't matter that he faced constant bullying. He was still able to get the grades he needed, and he became an accomplished engineer. That alone is a story worth telling, but it doesn't end there. Even though Klaud had a prestigious degree in engineering, he decided that he would rather do good in the galaxy than make a lot of money. The Resistance was extremely outnumbered following the events of The Last Jedi. At the end of that movie, we learned that no one answered Leia's call for help, but that isn't entirely true. Klaud did answer that call. He wasn't able to make it to Crate in time, but he was able to find his way to Ajan Kloss. It didn't matter that joining the Resistance could mean certain death. He wanted to do the right thing and fight for freedom. Isn't this what Star Wars is all about? Doing what's right against all odds? When Poe Dameron and Finn came to him and asked him to go on an extremely dangerous mission to gain intel on the First Order, Klaud didn't back down. He answered the call. Was he scared? Yes, but confronting fear is an essential theme in Star Wars, and Klaud confronted his fears and went on this mission. After the intel was retrieved from Bulio, there was a problem with a surge on the Millennium Falcon. Aware of Klaud's expertise, Poe Dameron asked Klaud to undertake the daunting task of fixing that surge. A chase commenced, and under all that pressure, Klaud was able to fix that surge. Talk about having the clutch gene. Klaud showed up when it mattered the most. Klaud is clutch. Whilst on the chase, the crew came across a giant worm. Even though Klaud was brave, he was scared too, and he let out a scream. The fact that Klaud screamed here shows us that he is comfortable with his emotions. He wasn't concerned with looking like a bitch. He screamed, showing how comfortable he is with his masculinity. When I think of healthy examples of masculinity in film, I think about Klaud. If I ever have sons one day, I want them to look to Klaud as an example of healthy healthy masculinity, that it's okay to show emotions and that it's okay to be scared. He's a hero, and George Lucas would be proud. But moving on, Klaud and company survived the chase and were able to return to the Resistance base. I want you guys to think about this. Because Poe and Finn were able to return to the Resistance base, they were able to tell the whole Resistance about Palpatine's return. And because of this, Rey was able to go find the Wayfinders, which led her to redeeming Kylo Ren, which led him to helping her defeat Palpatine. If Klaud never fixed that surge on the Millennium Falcon, then Palpatine would have reigned supreme over the entire galaxy. Klaud is the reason the Resistance won the war against the First Order. Klaud went from being an armless dude who constantly got bullied in school to being a hero and saving the entire galaxy from evil. This is the textbook definition of a fantastic character arc. But even after the Battle of Exegol, Klaud wasn't selfish. Yes, he was responsible for defeating Palpatine, but he didn't want to take all the credit for himself. He wasn't selfish. He celebrated with everyone, happy that they are all safe. Even when Beaumont Kin was in need of love, Klaud was there to give him a hug. This is the type of guy I would want on my crew. Someone who brings the spirits up and is always supportive of those around him. Klaud is a hero, and it was so beautiful to see his story play out in The Rise of Skywalker. Many of you guys who have supported me over the past 2 years know that my motto is don't forget to unite the Klaud Squad. I named this group after Klaud because of the lessons that Klaud taught me in The Rise of Skywalker. Klaud taught me that you can achieve anything you want if you have hope. He taught me what it means to be brave. He taught me what it means to be a good friend. And that is why this community is called the Klaud Squad. Klaud, I wanted to say thank you. And Klaud's story doesn't end here. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga comes out next week, and Klaud will be a playable character. Children and adults all over the world will be able to put themselves in Klaud's shoes and relive his story. I can't wait for the next generation of Star Wars fans to appreciate this character and what he means to the Star Wars franchise. Before I end this video, I'm going to show you guys all the scenes that Klaud has in this movie, so you guys can get the full Klaud experience in The Rise of Skywalker. And yes, I hope everyone has a wonderful April 1st. Thank you everyone so much for watching another one of my videos. Don't forget to unite the Klaud Squad, and I will see you guys next time.
I hope you fixed that surge.
Re-up.
Good thinking, Chewie. Finn, we can boulder these. Let's jump, maybe forever. Hold up.
We can hit him.
Hit him how?
They can't activate their shields until they leave atmosphere.
Which isn't easy on Exegol. Ships that size need help taking off. Nav can't tell which way's up out there.
So how do the ships take?
I have an idea for that.
Atmo for just minutes, with no shields and no way.
He'll take the Falcon to the core systems. Send out a...